Hi, I'm Gary Koch. Now please join us as we take a look back on the storied life and career of Jack Vardaman. From a young age, Jack demonstrated a unique knack for the game of golf, learning from his father, John Vardaman, and becoming one of the top young amateurs in the state of Alabama. Long before the days of teaching academies, swing coaches, and sports psychologists, Jack honed his game by dint of hard work and dedication through countless hours of practice at the Anniston Country Club. Of course, Jack also had a little help along the way, like the time in the Anniston Club Championship when the caddy master and pin setter just happened to have money on Jack. Wouldn't you know that in the championship match, all the pins were coincidentally placed on the left side of the green, perfect for Jack's right-to-left ball flight. Jack's opponent, who played a fade, never had a chance, and both Jack and the caddy master left happy that day. By 1955, Jack was ready to compete on a national stage, taking his game to the JC tournament in Columbus, Ohio, to compete against the best juniors from around the country. After the first round, Jack led the field, which included a herald upstart named Jackie Nicklaus. Eventually Jack, Nicklaus that is, went on to win in convincing fashion, after which a humbled Jack Vardaman realized that his professional future lay elsewhere. When it was time for Jack to head off to college, his father was chagrined that he decided to leave the South and head to that bastion of Northern aggression, Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia. Jack only compounded the damage with his next stop, Harvard Law School. How did poor Mr. Vardaman explain that to the neighbors? After graduating from Harvard, Jack redeemed himself by becoming a clerk at the United States Supreme Court to Justice Hugo Black, who also happened to be from Alabama. The legacy of that experience lives on today, as Justice Black is the namesake of Jack's youngest son, Hugo Davis Vardaman. Jack soon caught the eye of Edward Bennett Williams, the finest lawyer of his day, who convinced Jack to join his new firm of Williams and Connolly. Ed Williams would become a trusted friend and mentor to Jack, and Williams and Connolly would become the preeminent law firm in the country. With the demands of his career forcing his first love, golf, to the back burner, in 1970 Jack would meet and marry his true love, Mary Ann. It is said that behind every great man is a great woman. Less well known, but no less true, is that behind every great golfer is an indulgent woman. In Mary Ann, Jack was lucky enough to find both. Suddenly a husband and the father of two with two more to come, Jack soon discovered that there was no better way to spend quality time with his kids than on the golf course. And with that, Jack was back. In 1975, Jack joined Congressional Country Club and soon established himself as one of the leading mid-amateur players in the Washington, D.C. area, winning the Congressional Club Championship 3 times, the TPC Avenal Club Championship twice, finishing second in the Maryland State Amateur and the Metropolitan Golf Association Championship, and twice qualifying for the USGA Mid-Amateur. And with a little help, 3-time winner of the Father-Son Tournament at Congressional. But amid his success both on the golf course and in the courtroom, Jack thrived above all in his role as husband and father. He introduced his children to golf, finding in 2 of his sons, John and Davis, willing accomplices, adversaries, sympathizers, and sometimes caddies. Daughter Shannon and son Tom pursued other interests growing up, but as parents now wonder if one of their own children might someday be the successor to the Vardaman golf legacy. Throughout it all, as a father, Jack set a standard of excellence to be emulated, if not always duplicated. Indeed, there were times when living in the shadow of a giant proved daunting.
It was hard being the daughter of Jack Vardaman, but it was especially hard being the boyfriend of the daughter of Jack Vardaman. They would want to go out and play with my dad because they thought that would be fun, knowing that he was a good golfer. But inevitably they would come back haggard, beaten up, and my first boyfriend in college, he will forever be known as Jungle Jim because the first time he went out with my dad, he spent 5 hours in the woods looking for his ball.
Pressure being the son of Jack Vardaman? I don't think so. I mean, sure, there were moments. I remember days at Congressional, Dad and I would come off the course, we'd see his buddies, they'd come up, say hello to him, look at me, ask me if I just beat my old man. I'd say, no, I didn't. The guy's the club champion. I'm not beating him. And neither are you.
Mostly what I remember from Jack was the amazing patience he had, considering that I was the family's most inept golfer. He would take me out and try to teach me how to golf, and his patience was really remarkable, because I definitely was the family's worst golfer.
So people used to ask me questions, friends of mine who knew my dad by reputation as a very prominent and successful person. And they would ask me questions like, well, what does your father think of what you're doing? Which I guess was more of a reference to what I was not doing, as in, you know, becoming a lawyer, or getting a law degree, or getting a haircut, or owning a tie, you know, one of those things.
By the time he hit senior status, when many folks are slowing down, Jack Vardaman was just hitting his stride on the golf course. Three-time winner of the Mid-Atlantic Senior, two-time winner of the Washington Metropolitan Senior, Virginia's Super Senior Champion, quarterfinalist and semifinalist in the USGA Senior Amateur, and four-time qualifier for the USGA Senior Open, not to mention countless other individual and team victories at some of the most renowned courses in the country, including Pine Valley, Seminole, and Wingfoot. Along the way, Jack would rub shoulders and befriend luminaries in golf and politics, including Sam and J.C. Sneed and Vice President Dan Quayle. Jack met Sam and J.C. at the homestead in Hot Springs, Virginia, a place where Jack played college golf, and that left a lasting imprint. Years later, it was in Hot Springs that Jack was able to fulfill a lifelong dream of owning a modest house in the country. Despite his success on the biggest stages of golf and law, Jack never lost his touch with his small-town sensibilities and the lessons he learned from his parents, to be mindful of the needs of others and to give back to one's community. Jack has long served as advisor to institutions that gave so much to him, including his alma mater, Washington and Lee University. In 2001, Jack and Marianne established the Vardaman Foundation to administer college scholarships for students in Bath County, Virginia, home of the homestead, but also a place where many families lack the means to send their children to college. Thanks to the generosity of Jack and Marianne, the Vardaman Foundation has helped 10 students and counting achieve the dream of college and the prospect of a brighter future. And then there is the work that Jack has done with the organization honoring him tonight, the First Tee program. It is so appropriate that Jack should be honored by the First Tee, because who could be a better role model for young golfers than Jack Vardaman? After all, shouldn't we all aspire to be like Jack?
I am Jack Vardaman.
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 I am not Jack Vardaman.
So congratulations, Jack, on all your accomplishments, both on and off the golf course. And with that, let the roasting begin.
Trucking, got my chips cashed in, keep trucking, like the doodah man, together, more or less in line, just keep trucking on.
Hi, I'm Gary Koch,
I'm Roger Maltby.
and we're glad to be a part of the First Tee roast of our friend Jack Vardaman. And when I think of Jack, I think of maybe a little too inquisitive a mind, huh, Raj?
Well, yeah, it got him thrown off the USGA Executive Committee.
Asking the wrong questions at the wrong
That's
time.
right.
That'll teach you, Jack.
And for throwing me out on the pro member at Seminole.
Yeah, what was
that?
Yeah, very nice, Jack. Yeah, you go from a guy who won, those tournaments on the tour. He was a fun guy to play with, and you end up with J.C. Sneed. Are you kidding me? I know he's a friend of yours, but God, this guy can really play.
We'll never forget. I'll never forget.
All right, Jack, all the best. Hope you have a great evening, and congratulations on a very well-deserved award.
Good luck, pal.